Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kellen here from Start Your Systems again, and welcome to another MX vs. ATV Reflex custom track gameplay, where today we're going to be playing Cal City MX by C4 Detonator. That is right. The one, the only, the legendary C4 Detonator, banging out another sweet track for us here. It is a replica of Cal City MX, which is, oh damn, I should have remembered the city name. It's basically in the high desert of California, which is, if you're geographically inclined to know California, in some regards, it's northeast of Los Angeles, but still, you know, super far southeast of like San Francisco. It's pretty much like kind of on the way, I guess, between LA and Vegas. If you drew a line between LA and Vegas, it's not exactly on that line, but it's still pretty close, and that line goes right through the high desert of California. So yeah, he said he was actually, he had a race here or something a few weeks back and decided to replicate this track, and did a pretty dang good job of it, actually. I'll try to hint on a few things that I can remember of him telling me about it, that because I had a chance to play this track with him, and a couple of the other things that I can remember about this track as well. I also want to give a quick shout out to Danger Dude 119 for this 2018 Fox Kia line, which I'll also include a link to in the description below, if you want to try out this gear for yourself. I think it's pretty sweet. It comes in 5 different colorways, I believe, and all of them are obviously replicas of the 2018 Fox Kia line, which is the basically 2018 and a half release of Fox gear that came out mid-season. So yeah, back to Cal City MX here. Super fast, flowy track. Not too many like glaring things that stick out about it as like a like unique element to a track that you'd expect. It's pretty much your standard high des track, which is flat, lots of jumps, and pretty much bakes in the sun all day long because it's super hot in the high desert for the most part. Sometimes it gets really cold during the winters, but never really enough to like snow a ton, or even if it did snow, it's gonna melt away within, you know, pretty quick, like an hour or two. So definitely a track that gets pretty well baked up, nice and toasty. Gets some blue groove going on, but you know, he did a version of it as if it was kind of tilled deeper than that, and that's totally understandable, because if you raced it, or if you go to races in the high des, they do till them and water them pretty deeply just to make sure that they don't get dried out and hard packed and crappy, as some of the tracks tend to do. LACR is actually a track that is in the high des that breaks the mold of that actually has some pretty good dirt, and although I haven't been to Cal City MX, I haven't found a track in the high desert that I've ridden at before. You know, talking about Adelanto or Racetown 395 or AV Motoplex or things like that don't get dry and hard, so I'd have to imagine Cal City does a similar thing with the dirt, but still, nonetheless, I think it's, you know, he did a pretty good job of mimicking the hard packedness with still having kind of a soft base that can exist on tracks like these. Definitely some good formed ruts. And overall too, like the perfect amount of chop for a track like this too, where you know, you got some big chops, some little chops, some things you can hop through, but a very high speed and jumpy track overall. And I definitely really enjoyed it. Playing it with him, and played it with Racer Rad as well, and those guys are both flying and doing laps way better than me, and I'm actually pretty satisfied with that lap there at the beginning, because those are not lap times I was running when I was playing it with them, so a little bit better that I can actually put a lap down in a video for once, because that is not usually my forte. It's always like, I'll play the game really well, and I'll feel comfortable, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I could do a video. I think I can play this track pretty well. I hit record, and then just everything goes out the window. I suck balls, and I hate everything about the video that I make. But I'm like, well, is it honestly going to be better if I go back and do it again? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So glad that I got a decent lap in. But yeah, a couple key elements to this track is, well, one thing is what I'm coming up to. It's this split section, and as you notice, I did already jump all the way over this turning double. if you can. As you also notice, there is an invisible / semi-visible wall that you can hit if you don't get enough height or if you don't jump in the right spot trying to do that double. C4 put that there exclusively to try to get people not to double across the inside of the corner. And honestly speaking, testing it out a little bit, I think maybe not doing the double around the corner could actually be faster, just, you know, keeping the speed high and just launching off one of the singles instead. So it's really like kind of a catch-22 there. But anyway, you'll see if you try to hit it in the wrong spot, like a little semi-invisible wall with some red stop marker signs pops up and says like, hey, yeah, don't try to do that, you can't go there. But for the most part, if you hit it in the spot where you're going to clear the double and downside the actual other side of the landing, you won't hit those red markers. Just kind of depends on how you hit it, how fast you hit it, and where you hit it on whether or not those markers will appear and knock you back down to the ground. But again, it's really just kind of better to avoid trying to do that double anyway. It's really just kind of a fun thing to do. Reminds me a lot of those videos of Josh Hill hopping around the insides of corners doing those little doubles. Might have even been at Cal City, but could be wrong. What else can I speak about? I guess the original version of this track that he was going to post was a little bit smoother than this. But some of the beta testers were talking about how high speed it was because of that, and it's still very high speed, but you definitely have to stay on your toes a little bit more now with the kind of roughness he laid down. So I think maybe he added some roughness just in general to keep the speeds down just a little bit, which I like because a lot of the roughness on this track is very like, for lack of a better term, good roughness. Like you can kind of skip through them, you can hit them hard and kind of use them as whoops. Like coming into this corner here, you can kind of just get through them and kind of bounce through them. I don't know. I think stuff like that is really fun. It makes it feel a little bit more realistic than maybe you would expect out of a nearly 10-year-old game at this point. But I mean, everybody loves Reflex, right? That's all I hear anymore is bring back Reflex physics, Reflex 2, hashtag Reflex 2.0. Which, I mean, sure, I love it. But yeah, you kind of don't expect it to feel as nice as it ends up feeling when you come back and play it. But man, this game is fun. Ugh, love picking up this game. So much fun every time I play it, it seems like. And yeah, C4 put on another awesome track. Man, this lap is actually a flyer here if I can get this last corner clean. Nice! 49.51. That felt pretty damn smooth. Still not close to the lap that I saw Racer App put down, but still feel a little bit more comfortable about that one than I would have expected. And I'm very, very, very satisfied that Trash Reflex Kellen has not appeared in this video yet. Of course, he's probably about to, and I just super jinxed myself. But maybe, just maybe, I can have a golden last lap here. I haven't changed my lines up too much, but I don't know if there's really much more you can do. Like, I can hook this inside rut in this corner, but I think it also sets you up pretty poorly for clearing this jump all the way. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting all the way over that, so I have to scrub down and just table single it. And going outside and clearing all the way over it is much nicer. So this track is definitely more of a, you know, keep the momentum high type of track. Don't let off the gas. Not pinned everywhere per se, but when you're bouncing through the rough stuff, don't try to finesse it. Just kind of plow through it and, you know, hop through it if you want, but don't go like crazy with it per se. And then obviously like this corner, it super threw me off the first time I hit it. I just launched way over the berm the first time I went into it. Obviously picked up on how to hit it properly. A little split section there. The inside allows you to stay tighter in the corner but not quite clear this tabletop all the way, so I like going around the outside. And then there's different lines in this corner up here. I've hit a couple different of them. I don't know if I've gone all the way inside yet, so I'll try to hop into this one on the inside. Kind of hooks nicely. Then you get not the best drive down this last straightaway, and yeah. Cal City MX by C4 Detonator. You guys can download this one in the description below if you want. Also, the Fox Kia gear by Danger Dude 119 will also be in the description. But thanks for watching another video here on Start Your Systems. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and for Kellen here, I will see you guys in the next one. So long for now.